Hi, Advanced Algebra 2B. So we've been working on finding formulas and noticing patterns, and we've also been working on adding those problems up, like the balancing the budget problem that we did. And so we're starting to get into some more advanced notation called summation notation. Remember that is the little e called sigma. That's kind of like a Greek letter E. It's a little bit slanted. So we're going to do some problems here where we're writing the series using summation notation. So basically we're going to represent this problem using sigma. Okay? The first thing you have to do, step one, is you have to identify the pattern. Make sure, please, that you're writing these steps down in your notes for later. So identifying the pattern, I noticed that each one of these, 25, 50, 75, is going up by 25 each time. Okay? And I also noticed that 25 is the same thing as 25 times 1. 50 is 25 times 2. 75 is 25 times 3, and so on. Okay. So when I go to write my formula, which is step 2, I'm going to say 25 times n. There's my formula, because if n is 1, n is 2, n is 3. Now notice I've dropped off the a sub n here. Okay, instead, in front of it, I'm going to put a sigma. Okay, this tells me to sum. And then the sigma notation, this guy has a beginning and an ending point. So I have to tell it where to start and where to end. My starting point, you put at the bottom. It's kind of like the bottom of an elevator. And I'm going to put a 1 there because the first number I want to plug in is 1. And at the top of the elevator, you're plugging in the last number. Since 250 is the same thing as 25 times 10, I want to stop adding this when I get to 10. So I'm going to put a 10 on the top of the elevator. So the last thing you have to do is write your sigma, and then your fourth thing is figure out where to start and stop. Okay. So here's the summation notation for the problem. 25 plus 50 plus 75 all the way up. This dot 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 means you're going to continue the pattern, so 100, 125, 150, and so on until you get up to 250. Okay. To practice this one more time, if I had the pattern 5, 10, 15, and so on all the way up to 100, I would notice that this is 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, all the way up to 5 times 20. Okay. So my pattern is 5 times n. I put my sigma notation in front. I start it at n equals 1, and I go up to 20 because that's where I'm ending. And there's my summation notation for this series. Okay. On your own, guys, tonight, would you please do this practice problem? We're going to check it off tomorrow in class. So you're going to do the same thing I was doing above. You're going to write this series using summation notation for 5 plus 6 plus 7, dot, 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 all the way up to 12. All right, thanks, and have a good night.